Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, friends. How are you? Welcome to the new everything shook. Welcome to the new space. What do you think? It's still a little bare bones, but it exists. I exist. Hello. Glad to see the tourists couldn't stop me on the way. Oh, they tried. So many tour buses. It's so white and spacious. Yeah. First time watching from the new Chromecast. I love it. Hello. Yeah, so we did a little bit of a test broadcast on the Secret Channel on Saturday. Like the new Spartan look is very minimalistic. Well, I'll hang up some art at some point. But I deliberately left this space blank for you. Look, this is you, chat. I put you in the corner. I mean, I guess I put me more in the corner. Yeah, I'm back in Victoria. I'm very excited. I'm speaking a little bit softer because my new office is a little bit echoey. I haven't had a chance to go and get pads and put them up everywhere. You should get a picture of my dad's signed jersey and hang it up. God, that'd be very funny, actually. If I got him to snap a photo and then printed it off and then framed that and put it on the corner, man. All right, so give me 1 second. Let's talk about the space. Howdy. So this is the new office, which is kind of neat. You can see I've got much more room than the old closet that I was living in, right? Like, look at this. So A, there's a lot of room for activities, but B, there's also a sconce. There's a sconce in my wall in the very center, which makes hanging things like, a burgled 99 jersey or a magic sheet. This gets a little bit tricky. And that's going to limit a lot of what we can do. So if you're wondering hey, why isn't it all centered and all squared up? Why? I mean, you can't really tell from the close-up shot, but that's at a 15-degree angle from the wall or something like that. Is that sconce removable? I'm not. I don't have move sconce money. Look, I finally got in this place. I'm not touching anything. But it's funny how many people have mentioned that. Just simply move the sconce forehead. But yeah, look at this. The floor. The floor is carpet. I shouldn't stomp. I keep kicking my desk. I need to stop doing that. Everything shakes. And I look forward to the next little bit, taking some time and developing the space together, which is kind of neat. Simply make it a feature. Well, check this out. And like magic, it's gone. What if we just simply crop it out? I'd like that door to not be visible. There. Haven't noticed you have the same microphone arm? Maybe. It's very aggressive and it's very springy, but so it goes. So it goes. You like my tamper? Do you also have the Magic the Gathering symbols? This is a custom-made tamper. Because I had an acquaintance when I was in the coffee industry who was the world's best tamper maker. And he made this for me, which was very cool. 1 second. It fell. Hello. Rare gunner fact. Oh my God. Right. Okay, y'all. This is one of my absolute favorite April 1st traditions is gunner instead of puns. just shares facts, just random non sequitur facts. And today's gunner fact is the straight line distance as the crow flies between Calgary and Victoria is 728.28 kilometers. Amazing. The office looks amazing. Thank you. Oh, my mom is here. This is going to make the stories I'm going to tell way more awkward and hilarious. Really quickly, I had so many subs and so much love as we started. So give me a second here, and let me start rapid firing. Ghost Valve, thank you for the 45 months, almost a year. Croco King, 73. Oh my God. Zed, thank you for 68 months. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Kilrin Cray, thank you for the 10. Totally Not a Beholder, use their Prime here. Thank you for 46 months. Holy moly. Lyrazel, 1,000 biddies. Thank you. Weekend Jedi, thank you for 29 months. It's like you're in a void. It's like a liminal space. A very sneaky friend gifted a sub to Jessica Angle. Thank you. Uzumaki, thank you for 47 months. New home resub. And James the Dabbler, thank you for $10 dues. The best April Fool's prank, the kind that involves giving someone money. Enjoy a coffee on me. That's so thoughtful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pardon me. All right. So here's the plan for today. I thought we could like hang out and chat. And you've obviously got some questions about the place. I got some wild stories. Yeah. And Gisap, thank you for the Prime. Thank you for 49 months. For some reason, desktop Twitch wouldn't let me use my Prime, so I had to switch to mobile. Really? I remember most people saying that you couldn't Prime from mobile. Doodle-doo. Thank you for the 28. All right, Mom. I'm going to tell a story. Please, no corrections. Do your just accept the narrative flow. My telling of this version. I love my mom. I just need everyone to know that I love my mom. She's so sweet. My poor mom. So Monday is the last day I worked before the move. Friday, let's work backwards. Friday, we got the keys to our place, which is very exciting. Before getting the keys to my place, we had to do a 15-hour drive from Alberta to Victoria, which includes basically like 10-ish hours on the highway, and then like a 5-hour sailing, like ferry crossing. Now, mind you, the boat part itself is only about 2 hours, but if you include like possible wait time in the drive on the other side, like 5 hours is, what you should expect or set aside if you want to get over to the island. So we know we have to get in the car for like 6 in the morning on Thursday. So we're like, okay, that's not a lot of time. So we're going to take Wednesday and Tuesday off and just focus on packing, and also like spend some time, say goodbye to everybody, try and wrap up any loose ends in Alberta before we dip. So Tuesday is my first day off, the day that we are, trying to hang out and trying to focus and trying and pack and everything. And we're like, okay, this is going to be a great day. This is going to be a great start. And my wonderful, sweet mother falls down the stairs and breaks her elbow. And then my dad, my sweet, sweet dad, in his panic of trying to drive her to the hospital, crashes his car. And my parents very sweetly are just trying to be like, we're fine. We're fine. You just focus on packing. So I'm like, okay, sure, I guess. Ugh. So we're going through the things that we need to do. One of the things that I wanted to do we before we left is I needed to get a haircut because I might have to like immediately do some filming when I get here. So I go to the hairdresser that I found while I was staying there, and I sit down, and basically they start like buzzing the side of my head, and then my dad calls, and my dad is like, "Your mom needs surgery. She's being transferred to another hospital to see like an orthopedic surgeon." And then in like just the most amazing dad language ever, you have 15 minutes to get to the hospital to say goodbye. Like, okay, great choice of words. Like, I know what he meant by goodbye, not like goodbye, goodbye, but like, yeah. So I'm doing some math. I'm doing some math, and I look at my hairdresser, and I'm like, you have 10 minutes to finish this haircut. So it's a little bit shorter than it normally goes because they had to like speed, panic, buzz, everything. I think they missed a couple of hairs around here, but honestly, for 10 minutes, they did a great job. I didn't even have time to swing by and pick up Joe. So Joe didn't even get to say goodbye. So I rushed to the hospital. My mom is in the lobby, the waiting room. I give her a quick hug. She's so sad. She's so sweet. And then, yeah, she gets taken to a further away hospital, and that's the last I get to see her. Joe doesn't even get to say goodbye. It's so sad. And then my poor mom, they're like, yeah, you have to go right now, and we're going to get you to the front of the line. She then spends 3 days in a hospital bed getting like bumped and triaged, and doesn't even get her elbow operated on. Yeah, so she's not allowed to eat or drink anything because they're prepping for surgery. And then finally in the evening, like, we're sorry, you've been bumped. Like, go grab a Subway sub or something like that. You're like, oh my God. So that was the backdrop of everything that happened while we're looking to move. Just, man. I still look wonderful. Thank you. So nice, low stress, move straight out the window. Yeah, you know. As someone who got bumped to the front of the line for surgery, that sucks and I'm sorry. I mean, obviously, look, it's a hospital, right? All true. Best hug ever. Sweet Serge. Thanks, Mom. This is my mom. Everybody be real nice to her. The hospital's just into intermittent fasting. Sure. Oh, so yeah. The drive itself was relatively uneventful, which was kind of fun. We got on the road at 6 in the morning. Actually, 6:08. We're a little bit slow getting onto that. But yeah, the roads were dry-ish. The drive was great. Oh, man. So I live on an island. And one of the things about living on an island is that you're at the beck and call of the ferries. And so we reserved the 5 p.m. sailing. You know, we did some math. I'll get to this part in a second. My mom says the worst part was all the drugs. Morphine kills pain, but is evil stuff, y'all. All right, we'll tell the ferry story and then we'll circle back. So anyways, we make a reservation on the 5 p.m. sailing. And to catch the 5 o'clock sailing, because of a time change, would be 12 hours. And it's about like, if the roads are good, it's 10 hours. We got to the ferry at 2:45, and there's a 3 p.m. sailing. So in our head, we're trying not to get our hopes up. In our head, we're like, oh my God, the 3 o'clock is a possibility. And, you know, getting to the island 2 hours sooner, man, getting to the island like while the sun is still up, this is a huge deal. So we go up to the gate people. We're like, hey, we have a reservation, but we're here early. And we're like, that's fine. We'll bowl join early if there's room. We're like, okay. And so all the other lanes are boarding onto the ferry. We're just sitting there. We're like, okay. And then our row starts to move, and we're like, okay. And like Joe and I are lying to each other. We're like, yeah, we're just gonna move forward. It's fine. We'll be on the 4 o'clock sailing. This is all good. And then we're like 10 cars back from getting on the boat, and then they stop us. We're like, okay, this is fine. This is what we expected. And then our line starts moving again, and we're like, oh no. And we start getting closer and closer to like the front of the line. And then we see like the BC Ferry staff like thinking about stopping a car. And they're like, not us. And they're like, oh, you know what? Get on the boat. And then they stop the person behind us. And there is no sweeter feeling than being the very, very, very last car let on the boat. And we're like, this is a big boat, like hundreds of cars, the very last car. And then you look in the mirrors, and there's this beautiful little bit of Schadenfreude as you watch them stop and put the pylon in front of the car directly behind you. And you're like, oh, see ya. So my personal record with BC Ferries right now is I've been the last car on 3 times, and I've been the first car stopped once. Didn't they say the same thing on RoadQuest? It happened on RoadQuest too. Yeah. Polaris, thank you so much for the 68. Welcome back. Thank you. It's a witty, it feels good. It feels very, very, very good. Okay, so we get to the island. It's Thursday. Our wonderful friend Joe puts us up, hosts us for the night, which is also great because we've got 2 offices worth of like electronics and monitors, and like, you know, my entire magic collection is all sitting in my car. And our friend has secure underground parking. So we're just like, not only did they put us up, but our car is safe, so we don't have to stress about stuff. We're like, thank you. So the next day, 7:45 in the morning, our friend this is Joe Trollo of Dog Loving Desert Bus fame. So 7:45 in the morning, Friday, is when the movers are showing up. And years and years ago, I was helping my buddy Rec, also from Desert Bus, my buddy Rec, move into a new place. And he hired like a professional moving organizer. And I don't know if you're familiar with the concept. I had never been there before. It's just like somebody to help facilitate your move. Like not like big burly people to lift up and carry stuff for you. Just like, this is your plan. This is your strategy, which was really neat. And one of the things that she did is she encouraged us to unpack while movers were unloading, which was a very novel concept. And I was just like, isn't that in the way? Like, no. You want the scrawny ones? Big people blow up quick? Okay. Gee. Okay. So I'm telling this to Joe. And Joe's like, you're out of your mind. I'm like, no. Trust me. We want to be unpacking while the movers are running stuff up and down. And for the first like hour, we're on top of it. Because a lot of our furniture, like lamps and benches and all that stuff is wrapped in these like packing blankets. And so we're keeping up pace such that every time they're done loading something, they can take all the blankets back down to the moving thing afterwards. They're like, hey, this is great. All of our stuff, we don't have a lot of stuff. All of our stuff got unloaded in 2 hours. And then they tried to assemble our bed frame. And the movers were excellent and very sweet. But this kid had obviously, I don't think he'd ever seen a bed frame before in his life. So we're still trying to unpack. They have stopped carrying stuff in and out of our place. And after about an hour, he comes up and very sheepishly is just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And we quoted you for 3 hours and we hit the 3 hour mark and I'm not done. Like, what do you want to do about this? I'm like, well, we don't have power tools. So we need you to be here, but like, let me let me try and let me supervise. And so, like the bed frame, like y'all can picture bed frame, right? Like it's a rectangle, and you're supposed to have these cross beams that the mattress sits on top of underneath, basically like 2x4s that go sideways. And for some reason, they tried to like weave the frame, the bed between each other like a waffle pattern. Like, what are you doing? They're gonna snap. Like, all right, let's use your power tools. Let's unassemble everything. Let's put it back together. So yeah, we got billed for 3.5 hours, 2 hours to unload all of our stuff, and 90 minutes to assemble our bed. Man. Hey, Smith, thank you so much for 53 months. Welcome back to Victoria. I appreciate it. And Dugma, 55. Welcome home. Thank you. I mean, again, it's fine. It is what it is. So yeah, movers showed up at 7:45 in the morning. At 10 p.m., I looked at Joe and I was like, we could probably stop now. But my personal win, my personal success was that every single cardboard box was unpacked and collapsed in the first day. That's a big win, right? Every single box. Like, we still haven't hung up art. You can see that everything is here, but like, man, that was big. Big. My standard role when helping a friend move in after unloading, my wife and I make sure the bed is set up and the kitchen is workable. Yep. Normally takes a year for me. We got a new bed frame, like 80% wood. It's heavy, but amazingly solid and quiet. It also has drawers for like $800. Let's go. Nice. I can't remember. Joe and I got our bed frame, I want to say, when we moved into our new place. We were at our old place for 8 years, y'all. Joe and I, that was like just under 700 square feet. We lived there for 8 years. We lasted the entire pandemic in that place. 5 years of both of us working from home, we were in that place. So this is big. This is a big deal for us moving. Our new place is like 1,300 square feet. It's almost twice the size. You moved 5 years ago and still have boxes? Yeah. Yeah, we have. So one of the issues with our new space is there's a mismatch between the stuff that we have and the stuff that our space needs, which is, so here's an example. In Victoria, especially all the places that we were living, a lot of rooms don't have like overhead light fixtures. And instead, what happens is you just have lamps, like floor lamps, desk lamps. That's how you light all your rooms. You don't really, like, maybe you have a light switch. You have a light switch that's connected to a plug. And so when you plug in a lamp, you like turn the lamp on and off that way, but you don't have light fixtures. Our new place is, it's got, well, this room has sconces. You hate apartments like that. That's all I lived in for 15 years. Like, that's it. I don't know why they made that decision in Victoria, but like, that is not uncommon. So anyways, we got 6 lamps now that we don't need. We've got 2 floor lamps and 4 table lamps. And we just don't need them. Like, we're going to put 2 in the bedroom because, sometimes it's nice to have a little like lamp beside you to read so you don't have to walk all the way up to the light switch to turn it off. But yeah, it's usually done to save on electrician time. Interesting. Huh. That's like a very Pacific Northwest design. Wild. That's every house you've ever lived in. Yeah. I like the people being like, that's ridiculous, and other people being like, that is my lived experience. We've been fitting 2 adults, an infant, and 2 greyhounds in an 800 square foot. It can work, but congrats on the space increase. Yo, thank you, Wugachaka. I'm back. It's true. Not the Penguins. Thank you for 49 months. And Rach, hi friend, 24 months gets you the Diamond Bean. Back where? I live in Victoria again. I have returned to the island. So, Friday, the first 24 hours, every single box is unpacked. Joe learns how our new laundry works, does all the bed sheets, everything. We sleep in our place the first night, which is amazing. The next day, I want to get all of the boxes and all of the packing paper out of our place, and especially the wardrobe boxes, which are enormous. I'm like, this isn't going to work. So I call up my buddy Rec again, Rec, who inspired the move, and he's got like a big Subaru hatchback, so we can put down the back seats and throw everything in the back there. And I'm like, all right, buddy, need a huge favor. We need to go to the landfill and take advantage of the recycling and stuff like that. How soon until I dox myself? Wiggins did it on his first stream. Hopefully never. I'm trying to be very deliberate and a little vague with all my information. Joe is so nervous about it. Wait, Wiggins just straight doxed himself? Oh, Wiggins. Yeah, no photos of windows, no address. We're going to be very vague on stuff. You threw off my rhythm. Hold on. Victoria, BC was incorporated August 2nd, 1862. Wow. Matt just showed his actual address. So I'll have you know, I just want to talk about this really quick. If there's a glimpse of anything that could happen, because Joe watches the VODs, she'll get Matt to go in and trim sections. Like if you ever watch our VODs, don't go through and scrub it now, but if you ever watch like the YouTube VODs and there's a weird cut, there's a good chance it's because Joe is like, I'm not comfortable with that internet being shared, that information being shared, like cut it. You're like, all right, deal. There's no reason not to be safe. I mean, I'm very lucky that I have like a wonderful and great community, and nobody's been weird yet. But it's hard to take that information back once it's out there, right? It's like, it's great to be proactive, and like you want to have a wall first, because it's so hard when something's on the internet to make it go away. So yeah. But yeah, some creators are very public and very open. I'm kind of medium, and Joe's like, no, we're going to be 100% safe all of the time. And so we're like, yeah, absolutely. Actually, the biggest issue, and this is kind of weird, and this is not throwing shade at anyone. The biggest issue is I have some like IRL friends. That's such a weird thing to say. Like people who are dear to me in real life, who will come into chat and then like, I don't want to say overshare, because it's information that they have access to, and then they let things slip. And that's often where I have to be like, okay, we have to be careful here. My poor sweet mom was like sharing a lot of her personal information one day in chat, and Joe was texting her, and I'm like, God, am I have to time out my own mother right now? Like, Mom, stop, I love you. No more sharing. So anyways, I digress. Because again, like, she might be comfortable with it, but I never want to dox my parents. You never know. Brian Kibler shared this profoundly bizarre story one time of somebody knocked on his door, and he opened it up, and it was two fans, and they started the conversation with just like, oh, so you do live here? And he's just like, who are you? How did you find my house? Why did you think it was okay to come to my house? And it's sweet. Moonbase 3, a very well-intentioned fan, put the Loading Ready Run professional offices on Google Maps as a tourist destination, because which Loading Ready Run fans wouldn't want to visit the office? And you're like, this is a business. This was pre-Olivia. This was like, yeah, a long time ago. But I digress, right? So, yeah. If I'm vague about any like specific details from the place, please keep in mind it's for privacy reasons. I love you all, but there's a certain degree of separation I'd like to keep. We'll call it a professional separation. One time, probably in that same era, somebody wanted to send Lonely Ready Run food and posted in chat with, "Is this your address?" The actual Moonbrace address. Oh my God, Sarah. Ugh. Hey, Sarah, did I tell you that I've reserved this space right here for a certain cross stitch? I may have mentioned that on Saturday, but that might have been to a Target. I can't remember. You did not? Yes. Right here. Right there. Plus, there could always be a future stalker. It's true. I could have a stalker right now. They could just be really bad at it or really good. If I question, if I don't know I have a stalker, does that mean they're doing a good job or a bad job? So anyways, Saturday morning, my buddy Rex shows up. He's got the hatchback. He's got the big trunk. I've got all the boxes. I've got so many boxes. Look at this good, tired Serge. Look at all those boxes. It doesn't really show it right there. Do I have a side photo? That's not even doing a good job there. Anyways, we've got all of the boxes and then all of the packing paper that you use to like wrap dishes and, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. When it showed up, it was just like, you know, a very angry roll, like this big. And then when you take it from boxes and you try and put it into garbage bags, 6 garbage bags of packing paper. I was like, this is absurd. And so at first I was just like, oh yeah, maybe we'll have room for like some other recycling and all that stuff. His car is completely full, just absolutely packed. And I'm like, oh man. So we go to the landfill and they do free recycling, which is kind of cool. So you can like do a different lineup in a different queue, and so we can recycle all the cardboard and all the paper. And then this is where mom update the second happens, and it's so sweet. So it's Saturday. Keep in mind, my mom broke her elbow on Tuesday. It's Saturday, and she finally only got to see the surgeon Friday night. Friday night. My poor mother had to sit in the hospital for 3 days. And she starts the conversation. She starts the conversation with, drugs are bad. Hello, Serge, this is your invalid mother. Drugs are bad. And I'm like, what? And this is where I find out that to help with the pain, they've been like microdosing her with morphine. Just like hitting her with it. Like a little bit, but basically all of the time. And one of the things that she can remember, just before the surgery or just after the surgery, is the surgeon described the bones in her elbow as being dust. Like that's how badly she broke her elbow. Just like turned the bones to dust. And so they needed to put in like plates and screws and like actually like a pretty big operation to try and give her a functioning elbow after all of this. And so like, oh my goodness, like days and days and days in the hospital, and now this like very invasive surgery, and they're like constantly hitting her with morphine and stuff, and she's so out of it and stuff like that. And then so she goes to the nurse who's been taking care of her this whole time. And it's just like, I'm sorry, is your name pronounced Caesar or Cesar? And the nurse is just like, ma'am, my name is Elmer. You've just been calling me the wrong name this whole time. And that's when she's like, you need to stop giving me drugs. Like, I don't know who I am. Please, it's not worth it. I'll take the pain. Sorry. So yeah, we're like in the queue to get into the dump. I'm on the phone with my mom and she's telling me the story and I'm just like, this is a lot to process right now, mom. Oh. It's not an okay drug time. Yeah, man. Suffix, thank you for the 71 months. Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad, okay? Orange Celtic, thank you for the prime and 6 months. Enjoy your toast and new bean. Does she have a bionic elbow now? I think so. I need to give her another phone call now that she's been home for a little bit. Yeah, but she's home. Things are chilling. Honestly, like best case scenario, she fell down the stairs and broke her elbow, but she didn't hit her head. She didn't break her leg or anything like that. Like it's her non-dominant arm instead of her dominant arm. Like of all the things that could have happened, I mean, obviously, best case scenario would have been she didn't fall down the stairs. But like this is fine, right? So yeah, a bad panda bear, 69 months, very nice. Thank you. Hope the car situation works out. Yeah, the car will be fine. More than anything, it's just more of an indication of my dad's mental state at the time. It's like, it's cosmetic damage. He probably has to pay to get the whole bumper replaced. But still, you're just like, man. Frankenstein, thank you for using your Prime here. 3 months gets you a new bean. Enjoy. Your mom has had to replace her knee, hip, and elbow. And she says once you get past physical therapy, it's just like normal again. That's amazing. That's super amazing. Yeah. So it's been a pretty eventful move, you know. Today is Monday. We have been in this space now since Friday. There's a lot of new stuff we need to get. That's going to be the biggest thing to make this space feel good is, I mean, like we said, we moved from a 700 square foot to a 1,300 square foot space. So we like don't have, I don't want to say we don't have enough stuff because I'm very like against just stuff for the sake of stuff. But we don't have the right stuff for this space yet. But also, man, y'all, moving is expensive. I don't have stuff money. Let's just put it that way. New stuff to get, you say? Is Joe hiding in chat right now? Is she busy with something? Joe says food would be good. Yeah. Oh my God, we cleared out our pantry and stuff like that. Yeah. We need to get Joe a desk. We need to figure out a way to get Joe internet where she is, because obviously I'm hogging the router and we don't want to run like 30 feet of Ethernet cable down the hall. Soon, thank you for 100 foodie bits. We went to Canadian Tire and dropped like $200 on like garbage cans and, you know, floor mats and weird junk like that. Space echoes without literally anything. Yeah. Don't fall into the trap. Get the right stuff, not just stuff. Oh no, for sure. We wanna take it. We wanna take it slow. Just get a Wi-Fi cable extender cord. I mean, again, like, hold on. I don't want this to be the solution, but one of the issues with doing what we do for internet is like Wi-Fi is often not good enough. And, you know, Joe, she want to be gaming, right? Well, Wi-Fi cable. Oh, I see how it is. You know, she gaming. We got to give her that the good stuff. And also, like, if she's trying to do internet video stuff, we need to get a good solution. So we are moved in, but we're not set up. Is that a good way to think about it? Like, I think we have one tote that still needs to get unpacked, but otherwise everything is fine. Make sure Stardew downloads at only the most premium of speeds. I mean, luckily she can play Stardew in offline mode, but yeah, we'll figure it out. You can try power line adapters. What is a power line adapter? How does that work? Suno, thank you for the food bits. Rach, thank you for the Happy National Garlic Month. Delightful. It runs internet through your power cables and it's not fantastic. Interesting. Basically turns your electrical plugs into routers. Look at all those shiny clean walls. Thank you. The better to put chat on too, you know? It's an often noisy option. So one of the issues with apartment buildings versus houses as well is there's a lot of like noise. There's a lot of competing signals and stuff like that. Like if you look at like how many Wi-Fi networks do I get when I scan? How do I select Wi-Fi? Dozens. The answer is dozens. Jessica, thank you for 100 biddies. Throwing my change into the grocery jar. I appreciate that. Ooh, Gunner, the word Wi-Fi was coined by the consulting firm Interbrand. That's amazing. Ink Slayer. I beg your pardon? $150 dono. The Joe Furnishing Fund Booster, formerly known as the Serge's Fourth Monitor Fund. Thank you so much, friend. I really, really, really appreciate that. That is so generous. Jojo. Joe's so far away. You said you'd do something after the move. That's, yes. Always appreciated, never expected. Thank you so much, friend. I'm just going to stare at that number for a bit. This requires more coffee. Oh my God. Speaking of requires more coffee, I think I got like 4 hours of sleep last night. Oh, celebration coffee. Yes, please. Random Blathering. Thank you for the 8 months. Thank you for the welcome back. When I was in an apartment, we ran Ethernet cables under the carpeting around the perimeter. Interesting. How long have we been back? Friday. We moved into our place Friday. So we're getting there. Yeah, so I might try going to computer store. Memory Express. There we go. And you can buy like, because she's at a PC tower, she doesn't even have, like the tower doesn't even have Wi-Fi. So we can buy like a little adapter and plug it in, and that can be our starting point. Worst case scenario, we do that. But we've got wood laminate floors, so we can't run it under the carpet. And also, I don't know. Wait, can I share? Hold. Please hold. I think I have a sanitized version of my floor plan that I can share that doesn't dox me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Orange Celtic with the 10,000 biddies. Oh my goodness. To help with settling in costs. Oh my God. Thank you. You and Inkslayer. Oh my God, friends. Thank you very, very, very much. That's so many biddies. Y'all. Oh. Wow. To help with settling in costs. Yeah. Give me a second. I wouldn't share the floor plan. Someone could help still figure out where you are. Oh, okay. Okay. No floor plan then. Thank you. I guess people can like cross-reference it, image search or whatever. That's too bad. But, you know, in the interest of healthy boundaries, they can reverse image search it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'll draw a portion of it. Okay, so if this is a box, this is my office. And then this is where, or Joe's in the living room. We would have to run an Ethernet cable. This is where the router is. We'd have to run an Ethernet cable like this far. Right? That's pretty far. Run it under some carpet. I mean, we'd have to get a lot of throw rugs. Run along an inner wall so no one trips. That's a thing. There's no inner wall that connects that whole way. I'll let a spoiler. This opens up and like this is a big living room and this is a hallway, but I digress. So we'll see. We'll see. I think I missed some subs. Mr. Ashrak, thank you for the Prime in 46 months. Congrats on a new place. Thank you, thank you. Harvest, thank you for the 35. Same age as Serge. Simply put a hole through the wall. Do you expect to get the deposit back? Hey, so I've got a lot of friends. You know, I don't want to brag or anything, but I got a lot of friends who are getting rent evicted constantly. Oh, we just dropped it back into the real talk. Yeah, we have a bunch of friends who have been just getting absolutely put through the ringer with landlords in BC right now. And so I'm surprisingly up to date on how to make sure you get your damage deposit back, what BC landlords can and cannot do, you know, all that sort of stuff. The fact that I think I actually have 4 friends who are actively in the process of being currently rent evicted or just got out of places where they had very combative relationships with their landlords. 4. What? in like a 3-month period. Ugh. It's wild. Woogachaka, thank you so much for the 5 bomb, friend. I really appreciate that. Happened to you 10 years ago. It's only gotten worse, man. It's wild. You have cable wasteways attached to the ceiling. They're cheap and easy. Yeah, there are solutions. I mean, obviously, with the desert bus people accessible in my back pocket, it's a little bit easier to know like cable solutions, but it's not a today solution. So we'll see. We'll figure it out. You got rent evicted 2 years ago. They raised your rent $600 a month. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. My friend's building is getting knocked down. And this one kind of sucks. So their building is getting knocked down to put in more density, which like honestly, Vancouver really needs, but it still sucks. It still sucks because they know they like their rent was affordable and now they have to go and like hunt and expect their rent to probably double. Oofa. Yo, my God, random blathering with a $50 dono. Hopefully this takes care of a bit of like the needed paper products and stuff. Thank you. There's so much support, friends. All right. So let's address a lot of the generosity that we're having right now because y'all are absolutely amazing. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Here's a question. I got bills. I have never done a subathon before. Would you want to see a Brew Crew subathon as a way to like put some energy in and like make random weird goals and unlocks of the people being really generous there, I could probably find a week in my calendar. So what we do, oh, capped. Yeah, I'd probably cap it at a week. Not necessarily. We could do this sort of thing of like 12. No, I think what I do is like 12-hour days, go a little bit longer, right? Do long days. Yeah. I by the way, I love how all of you are like, take care of yourself, you idiot. Look, I'm in my late 30s here. Yeah, have some fun with that. Yeah, is it weird? Limited to 69 hours? Nice. How many days is that? Calculator. 69 divided by 24. Oh, that's almost 3 days. Yeah, like I can't do 24-hour subs. I can't do that. It's Serge and he's somewhere new. Hi, Tara. That's good to see you. Yeah. We could figure out something like that. And then like there's a lot of wonderful, generous people, but like we could do an event. That could be a good time. I'm trying to check my calendar and be like, okay, well, where is a 7-day period? If I didn't have, see, I'd want to do it consecutively, and it's really tough. Do like 5 12-hour streams. That's kind of what I was thinking, honestly. The depth and breadth of Seth. That's almost exactly what I was thinking. Do I have a 5-day stretch ever? So the problem is most of my lure work now is on Tuesdays and Fridays. Does it have the same feel? I don't think it has the same feel if there's a day off in the middle, right? Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Double up with 9 o'clock, maybe. The problem is, even if I double up at 9 o'clock, I've got recording like Tuesday evening too. Let Joe take over that day. Well, I actually have to work on this computer. The other thing that's happening is my birthday is April 10th. It'd be kind of fun if we lined it up such that like it ended on my birthday. Happy early birthday. Thank you. Hope you like your new place. Can't wait for more North 100 Showdown. Thank you so much, Ignition Point. Thinking. Yeah, we've got a big magic event on Friday. Stupid 9 o'clock on Tuesday. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, that would have been perfect. Forgot to check if you're a billionaire. If you're a billionaire, you have to tell me. What's happening at 9 o'clock? Well, nothing. I can't home stream. I can't like skip one job, right? This is the problem with having 2 jobs. It's very hard. It's very hard to make this work. So a bit of spoilers. We're recording North 100 podcast Tuesday night. And I just love the idea of me showing up like 50 hours into a subathon trying to record this podcast. just shot, just haggard. But maybe, I don't know. Let's think about it. Let's put that there. It's something I would really like to try and do because I've never done one before. Just simply live stream recording North 100. Well, I have to go to a studio to do that. It doesn't quite work. Hey, what's up, Riel? Thank you so much for 40 months. Feels like it was just last month when I subbed again to have some free money. Thank you, friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, now for a brand new segment on North 100, Serge takes a nap. Is the move complete? Correct. Is this not my parents' house? Also correct. You can tell because there's no Gretzky jersey. It was tempting to steal it, but it wouldn't fit in the car. Oh my God. I hadn't seen the new Gretzky jersey command. That's so funny. Exclamation jersey says, nope, that's not a signed Gretzky jersey. Amazing. That's so funny. Oh, simply fold the jersey and the frame. Yeah, I'm a little sad, to be honest. I'm a little sad that the, what's the word I'm looking for? That the magic sheet isn't going to fit here. It's just like sitting on, you know what I could do? Actually, hold on. Change of plans. I love Joe. I was about to bring in this giant reflective sheet, and Joe's like, Serge, we don't have blinds up yet or curtains, and you could just show a mirror reflecting the exterior. No. And I was like, you know what? That's fair. You know what? Good call. So I was going to put it there. So never mind. Fender Schaefer, thank you for the 65. Jazz Daughter, thank you for using your Prime in the 55 months. Congrats on the move. Hope unpacking goes well. Yo, we are so unpacked. Thank you, Jazz Daughter. Did I tell the story of the Gretzky jersey? I hadn't. So that Gretzky jersey was actually won by my dad at a charity auction. So a really good friend of the family, their son like tragically passed away of cancer when he was 18, which was just so sad, just so sad. And then so the family did this giant like fundraiser for, I think it was for the Canadian Cancer Society, and they managed to get a bunch, like, just tragic, and they managed to get these amazing items and stuff to get put up for auction. And yeah, my dad put in for the Gretzky jersey and ended up winning it. So it's like kind of bittersweet. So yeah, that's how my dad wound up with an autographed Wayne Gretzky jersey. A little ray of positivity in an otherwise very tragic story. Thanks, Mom. That's the important part of the story, clearly. It's like, it's important to know that we have a signed Gretzky jersey, but my family is actually Flames fans. That's... Oof. Oh. That is, yes, that is certainly important. Which team is the jersey from? The Edmonton Oilers, who Gretzky very classically, famously played for. Based on the geography, that's unsurprising. I know, but still. Serge watched a lot of bad Flames games this winter. It's true. There's a lot of family bonding that happened watching our team just get absolutely crushed. Wasn't he also a Ranger? He played for the LA Kings, I believe, at the end of his career. I think he played for two teams. You might be thinking of Mark Messier, who went from the Oilers. He's also a member of the Blues for a bit. Oh. Hi, my love. Joe brought me another cup of coffee. This is the celebration coffee. Thank you to everyone for all the support so far. You're all amazing. Oh, sorry. He went Oilers, Rangers, Kings, and then Blues. Pardon me. I just remember that he retired in LA. At least you got to watch them. So few hockey games get televised in the US. My dad is a huge hockey guy. And so he got, I think the only reason that anybody has cable TV anymore is if you're a sports fan. Wait, he retired in New York? Okay. All right. Apparently I don't know anything. I thought he retired in LA, but I digress. I mean, that was like 20 years ago in my defense. Yeah. Anyways, the only reason people these days have cable is if you're a sports fan. And so my dad's got like the NHL package, if that makes sense. Messier is the one that retired in New York? Okay. He's got the center ice. Yeah. Off the mechanic. Have a good one, Chrono. T and Troll OG, did I say thank you yet? Thank you so much for 47 months. Welcome back, both to us and Victoria. Thank you. Your husband and I have it to watch the Red Wings. I love it. You know what? When I was chilling out last night, unable to sleep, part of me, there was like this muscle habit. I tried to put on a hockey game and I couldn't because I don't have cable. Not that I want cable, but it was neat that my brain got rewired. How much poutine have I had? None. So our meals so far, I love that this is a thing. We went to our favorite burrito place because we couldn't find any good burritos when we were in Alberta. I blame, it's probably an us problem, not an Alberta problem. That was our first meal. And then we ordered takeout. From our favorite Chinese place. And that was a feast. Oh, the like really good spicy Szechuan stuff. Oh, we're going to get delivery poutine for lunch today. So very sweetly, my parents, as a move-in gift, ordered us an Easter feast last night. So we've got this giant turkey. Oh my God, I need to show a photo. I did this. You'll be so proud of me. Look at this. Look at this. Bam. Look at that turkey. I made that. So we got this whole, this turkey and all kinds of sides and stuff like that. So we got so much food. And it came with a tort. Ooh, tort. Is Alberta like North Dakota? Describe North Dakota. We typically describe Alberta as kind of being more like Texas, but I also don't know much about Texas. Give me North Dakota facts, and I'll tell you if Alberta is like North Dakota. North Dakota is kind of like Alberta. Great North Dakota fact. Thank you. Cold plains, got some mountains, sounded kind of like North Dakota right now, I'm going to be honest. North Dakota is north of South Dakota. Could you imagine if they were flipped? You think we're better than Texas? Don't let Texas hear that, Mum. They're very defensive. You work in oil and gas and keep being told by people from Calgary that Alberta is basically Texas. I mean, Alberta's got oil and gas and cattle. And if there are two words to describe Texas, I think, oil and gas is not one word, but you know what I'm saying. North Dakota has been mathematically disproven. That's a very good North Dakota fact. Oh, petroleum and cattle. Nice. There's a USAF base called Minot. And the saying goes, why not Minot? Freezen's the reasons. What? There's a lot to unpack there. I appreciate that. According to a crap shot, Loading Ready Run owns North Dakota? Oh. Oh, my not. Why not my not? Friesen's the reason. I still don't. It's not French? I have more questions now, but that's fine. That's fine. All right. Okay, I'll say, yeah, you know what? How about like North Dakota and Alberta are long lost cousins, you know? They got the same roots, but ultimately went in different directions. All right. I think I'm out of stories. I think I'm out of stories for the move. Should we play video games? It's been nice just kind of sitting and chilling and chatting for an hour. We could change lanes. Would you like to change lanes? Obviously, this is still an unfolding story. I'll let you know how things go. What's my favorite thing about my new apartment? All right, here's a good one. It's quiet. You missed all the stories. Can I tell them all again? But I told them so good the first time. My favorite thing about our new apartment is it's quiet. So our old place, I'm sure some of you noticed, there was a lot of sirens at our old place, right? And our old place was at a crossroad where in one direction there was the hospital and the fire department, and in the other direction was the police station. That was so loud. And it was also close enough to downtown that we got constant street noise. Oh, and directly outside of my window was a bus stop. There was also a bus stop. And then in addition to that, like halfway through the pandemic, a person moved in above us who I just want to affectionately refer to as a Johnny Brickfoot. Stomp, 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 stomp. And it was just non-stop. There's an interesting moment. There's like a light switch. There's a switch that goes off in your head where you can be okay with a certain amount of noise and you're like, it's ambiance, it's background, it's white noise. It's, I'm living in a place with energy. And then the switch flips and you're like, I've never had a moment of silence in my entire life. I hate this. I cannot handle it. And that happened. And I was just like, I need to move. Also, as I mentioned before, we were in the two of us were in a place that was under 700 square feet. And it just felt unfair to Jo that one, she could never not hear my voice because I work constantly. And two, she didn't really have a space of her own. Like, obviously, the entire place was her space, but she didn't really have a nook. Like, I get this office, which is kind of cool. So those were the two motivators. And you know what I hear outside the window right now? Birds. I hear birds. We're in such a quieter neighborhood. We're further away. Like, the commute to the office is a much longer walk, but it's still walkable. It's great. Yeah. Wait, I also hear birds. Suffix and I might be neighbors. Hey, real quick, my mom's taking off. Mom, I love you. Have a great day. She's got this posse of girlfriends, and they've been besties for 50 years. And so once they found out that my mom needed some support, they've been swarming. They are ready to take care of her, which I love. So have a good day, Mom. Thanks for hanging out. I have a buddy who's a music streamer on Twitch, and he's always very worried about streaming too late because of neighbors. I suspect he's in the minority of apartment people who care about keeping quiet for people. So I shimmy. I shimmy when I walk because I don't want to be a stompy kind of person. Joe and I, it's not like we tiptoe, but yeah. Look at that. She's got, sorry, my mom's talking about like the schedule of friends taking care of her. That's so sweet. It's incredible how much tolerance to day-to-day noise goes to zero when they have to record things at studio quality. Yeah. I mean, speaking of studio quality, here's a question. Y'all been watching me for a while. This is A, I'm so happy that I'm having no internet or technical issues. B, how's the audio quality? I feel like this room is maybe a little bit echoey because I haven't put up any pads yet. I plan on getting like sound dampening bouncy pads. I'm speaking softer. I'm definitely speaking softer. It's boxy, yes. Yeah. Could use some egg cartons. So once again, talking about the wonderful Joe Trollo, he had these beautiful like sound pads that he used at his place. And then he gave us the leftovers from, anyways, I just need to talk to Joe and find out where he got those pads and I'll set them up in here, which is kind of great. You sound nice and dry. Dry is an interesting word. I don't know if dry is the positive word that I would want to use, but I understand what you're saying. Doesn't sound as rich? Yeah. No, I'm deliberately speaking softer because I want to make a good impression with my neighbors. So I'm probably speaking, I want to say at like 70%. Wait, actually, hold on. I'm going to fiddle with some audio settings. So apologies if I suddenly get louder. What if Windows, you know how Windows will suddenly be like, haha, your microphone is now at 30%. Let's just check. How do I check this? Sounds, recording. Okay. All right. Windows still has me at 100%. So I'm just projecting quieter because I want to feel things out. The mic's doing well even in an untreated room. Good morning, Ben. Thank you for that. Yeah, and I know it's neat. You got friends, and you're like, yes, I 100% trust what you were saying. Like, Windows did the opposite for me not long ago, and you could hear. Oh man! So when I first booted up OBS, every audio and monitor setting was flipped. Like I've decided to forget all of your input settings. Actually, this was great. So when my dad let me take over his office, which was very, 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 very sweet of him, for 7.5 months, I booted him out of his office and turned it into a studio. But Wednesday, the day before we left, we went and set his computer back up and, basically undid everything, tried to set their place back to what it was before we moved in. And I got this very like, hey, son, I'm sorry. Can I get some tech help? You're like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, my speakers and my microphone aren't working. And of all of the technical things that, your older relatives need, I am particularly qualified to diagnose audio video issues at this point. Being a professional streamer for 6 years, oh my God, I got it figured out so fast. And for whatever reason, Windows, God bless Windows, Windows decided that, no, we're not going to use your speakers. Your monitor, your monitor is going to be your audio out. And your webcam is your microphone. You're like, thanks, Windows. You nailed it. So went through, it's like, drop down, you're fixed. And he's like, wow. Like nailed it. It's just one of those things you just know where to go. As a tech professional, audio video stuff is a nightmare. Yep. You can tell I'm speaking quietly though. Yeah, we'll see. I I need to meet my downstairs neighbor at some point. Oh my God, everybody in my new building is so sweet, by the way. So we lived in our old building for 8 years. And while we were there, other than the person, like literally our next door neighbor, I don't think I knew anybody in our building. And we've had people come and knock on our door and welcome us to the building. It's actually so sweet. It's so sweet. So yeah, I want to make sure that I am starting on the right foot with my downstairs neighbor. Your instincts are correct, Serge. Room has incredible acoustics, so audio quality is crisp, but definitely a little reverby and amplified. With sound dampening, it'll be perfect. Thank you, Brownie. Yeah. Your kingdom for neighbors that don't avoid eye contact. When you're in a downtown space, I think it's normal to, I don't want to call it be antisocial. You're always surrounded by people, and so you don't necessarily want to talk to people. It's funny. It's like the sparser the place you're living is, the friendlier people tend to be. I don't know what that is. There's like an inverse relationship between the number of people you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis versus the amount of effort you want to put into talking to any individual. Like if you're in a small town, I grew up in a very rural, very small town area, like on a gravel road in the middle of nowhere, pardon me. And my neighbors were like 2 acreages away. And we knew every single person on the road. Just, I don't know why. Right? And then you live in a busy building, and like a person gets in the elevator and you're just like, don't perceive me. Like, I don't know what, right? I don't know what that is. When you can hear your neighbors talking on the phone, you don't really want to talk to them anymore. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Pardon me. Oh. Speaking of being perceived, happy belated Trans Day of Visibility, y'all. Heck yeah, friends. We had a bunch of good vibes and messages and memes in Discord about that yesterday as well. You're seen, you're loved. I think that's a wonderful moment to end this chatting portion. Yeah, thank you for Storytime, everybody. You're all a delight. Thank you for the well wishes. I'm wrapping this up so we could have like a little self-contained YouTube section for this. I'm so professional. You're beautiful.